Hi, you guys. Happy Sunday, January 16th, 2021. I hope you're doing well. I got a massive hit, cosmic hit this evening, and I'm trying to bring it all together tonight because there's such huge ramifications. For those of you who've been following for a while, you're going to get excited by what you see. Newbies, welcome. If you're new, my channel's a little bit different than the other reader channels and astrology channels. I use both tarot and astrology to do my readings. And I've recently found the importance of asteroids, and we're going to be talking about one of them particular today, named Wuhan, the city in China. This is a huge asteroid that has massive implications, and you'll see why as I get into it. So earlier tonight, I finally got my hard copies of the texts of Rage and Peter Strzok's Compromised, because I thought they were such excellent books when I listened to them for a timeline. And so I can barely get out of the prologue, the introductory of Rage, and we're talking now about General Mattis and some other things. But then all of a sudden, while I'm doing that, I just got such a huge hit that I had to come and read cards. So the first thing we're going to do, because this is so big, we need to do this in short pieces. So I want to know, Tarot, what is the gist of the hits that I'm getting on tonight? Okay. I need to shuffle. Okay, so that feels much better. So Tarot, what is the gist of what I'm getting a huge hit on? The Page of Swords. This is a person with intelligence. This is a person kind of like Devin Nunes, Boebert, the representatives in Congress like Jim Jordan, doing his bidding, Don Julio, whatever he needs. It could be kids. I feel like this is also a foreign spy from another country. Not U.S. born, but outside of the country. And it has to do with the Nine of Cups, Trump crime syndicate, the Trump organization, Trump campaign. Is this Brad Part? No. The Fool, reversed. The Knight of Wands, inhibition. So we have a person with intelligence about the Trump campaign. The Fool is always Donald. Reversed, going massive foolery, foolishness. Knight of Wands, I feel almost like a disappearing or like a shrinkage, beyond shyness, like trying to blend in with the surroundings. Okay, so the gist of it is the Page of Swords. So when I was looking at this, I had to take a screenshot on what was going on over Washington, D.C. It doesn't matter if you know astrology or not. It just helps me tell the story with more depth and breadth, okay? My skin I just about jumped out of my skin with this, because 11 degrees Leo at the top of this chart. This is Donald's natal Pluto. Pluto is a planet that is responsible for destruction, life and death, transformation. What happened at the Capitol, very much a very Plutonian thing, because it was an assault, it was huge, there was death, and there was an attempt to change the government. Show me what this Pluto here has to do with at the top of the chart. The Knight of Cups. Offers that are being made. Usually this is Donald making offers. I bet these are pardons. Okay. On the eastern horizon, the sun that's coming up over the eastern horizon is Scorpio. Usually has to do with politics. Again, one of the rulers of Scorpio is Pluto. Donald's Pluto. Interesting side note, you guys who are keeping track of that Wuhan asteroid. On 9/11, the Wuhan asteroid was at 11 degrees Leo. To me, that also represents President Clinton and President Bush, because that's where their natal Pluto is. Donald's natal Pluto is 10 degrees in the background. So this is ruled by Mars and Pluto, the eastern horizon. Right now, Mars, look at that. We the people, it has dipped below the horizon. It's set. And right on top of the horizon, we have Uranus. Mars and Uranus together, that is explosive. That these two planets right now are straddling the Descendant. Something is going to give with an opponent or with a partner. So I want to know what's going on with a partner or an opponent. If you can show me Uranus, the Descendant, and Mars. What's going on here? Uranus, the Descendant, Mars. So this is about Donald's alliances, the Six of Wands. This is my card for the transnational mafia, his autocrats, his dictators, primarily Trump, Putin, Un, G, Netanyahu, MBS, Erdogan, maybe in the background, Iran, and Egypt. But it started with 6. So that's their alliance. And behind that, we have the 8 of Wands. They're really trying to slow something down. It's a mess. It's a mess for them trying to keep balance with it all. So over here, we're looking at what's so explosive happening in the works with a partner or alliance, probably a male in public service or the military. We have this Uranus is being activated. So there's action happening here. Uranus represents sudden activities, explosions, you know, like the buttons that are detonators. Okay, so that is Uranus. This is the Descendant, the 4 of Swords. Your partner or an enemy, this is someone who's retreated behind the scenes, or you're getting ready to activate them and wake them up. And the 10 of Cups, this could be the P-Boys. That's how it's been lately. A lot of times it shows as a Republican Party. It's reversed. Donald considers P-Boys just as much as he regards the Republican Party. But it seems like because this has to do with the area of military and public servants, it's reversed. Either he's activating them or the Republican Party is deciding, you know what, we need to turn on you. There's an offer, remember, crowning him what's going on. Now, this gets really interesting because down here in this area of the chart, that's the 5th house of the sun. It has to do with the president. We have the moon here in Pisces. which Donald loves a moon in Pisces because this breeds deception and illusion for him, where he can really manipulate people. It is conjunct the dwarf planet Ceres. This is how you nurture yourself, you feed yourself. And it's conjunct the planet Neptune, again, which could be toxins, toxic people. It could be jail. It could be hospitals. But more with Donald, it's the disinformation and the bait and switch and the pure evil deception. He has all that going on in the 5th house, plus his innermost pain. So this moon, show me the moon, Ceres, and Neptune. So the moon, how he's nourishing himself and deceiving or playing in his mind with ideas. He's got the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands, usually you're on defense and you can hold your defenses. He can't hold his defenses. This is very scary. He is trying to nourish himself with the Nine of Pentacles, is usually an oligarch or someone with a lot of money or a business with a lot of money. It could be wealthy people in his cabinet. It could be Ivanka. It could be Betsy DeVos. It could be Elaine Chao. That's not looking good. Conjunct Neptune, illusion. A plan. So his defenses are down. He doesn't have any resources and he's got to make a plan. Now, this is what has me kind of hyperventilating right here, and I'll show you in a minute. Right now, if you look here, the number 3, this is the planet Saturn. It's known as the planet of obstacles and authority. Blockages. It's at 3 degrees Aquarius. Saturn is in its dominion, so he's having some communications right now. Probably like a person with more authority, or he's trying to assert his authority. But there's more going on here, because if we go to 27 degrees Capricorn, where the sun is right now, that is conjunct the United States natal Pluto. When the Wuhan asteroid was conjunct our natal Pluto in 1918, we had the Spanish flu. That's how powerful this point is. And our Pluto has to do with life and death. Saturn over here also rules over Capricorn, but Capricorn is the feminine side of Saturn. Saturn in Aquarius is in its total dominion. It is the male part of Saturn. In fact, it trumps, so to speak, the sun. Even the sun, which represents a leader, does not have dominion over the Saturn. So there's an interesting power struggle happening right now, or a realization. There's more, but let me do some cards here on this Saturn and this sun. So the Saturn now in Aquarius at 3 degrees Aquarius, Saturn, authority, the 7 of Pentacles. So recently the 7 of Pentacles has been like stockpiles of the vaccines. Now we have 20 million missing, stolen. It's also how he's been building up his MAGAs and the P-Boys to a certain point, and then he unleashes them. But whatever he's been invested in, with authority over, something has changed with that. And the sun, which represents him as a leader, sun representing him as a leader, the 8 of Cups is kind of setting something up. The 8 of Cups reversed, you're stagnant, you cannot move. It's inertia, stuck. And that sun is conjunct USA Pluto. The Queen of Pentacles. So the USA Pluto, there's been so much death in the United States due to coronavirus. I think this might have something to do then with the vaccines. Six Wands Mob. I have been wondering if he's been offering his pals overseas the stockpile of the vaccine so that he could get some money and some help because he doesn't have any. That kind of makes sense. Slowing things down, trying to multitask. Yeah, he's out of money. The Knight of Pentacles. So he is going to take some unexpected, shocking action with someone or something that's been dormant. And he's going to try to, with an opponent or someone in public service. There's the bell. I'm in my edits. I think that what this is referring to is this sudden change being made by the Department of Defense and installing a new lawyer through the NSA. He is on the defense. He's out of money. He's trying to get a new plan. The stockpiles of something's not turning out. We've had a lot of death in the United States underneath his leadership, and he has just been spinning in circles, not being able to do anything. So now, having said all that, we're going to now go over to back to this 3 Aquarius Saturn, which has to do with authority. The Jupiter-Saturn conjunction happened at 0 degrees Aquarius, but right now it's at 3 degrees Aquarius. This is a very significant degree because in Donald's solar return chart, when the sun came back to the place it was when he was born, because his sun is at 22 degrees Gemini, 56 minutes. This is the chart. There's a lot of stuff. I just want to look over here. This area of the chart. Again, this is the area that has to do with your partners or your open adversaries, your partnerships. Usually this is we the people. And in my readings, he can be quite an ass to all of us, which he has. This lineup from June 13th, late night, has Pluto destruction very close to the Descendant, Jupiter very close there. We have 3 huge planets there. But at 3 degrees Aquarius, we have the asteroid Wuhan, and it's retrograde. Wuhan is that planet, that asteroid that I was describing to you, that is responsible for so much devastation in our U.S. history. It is devastating, destructive, and carries a lot of death with it. In 1918, with the Spanish flu, that asteroid was conjunct the United States natal Pluto, life, death, destruction, at 27 degrees Capricorn. Remember, today, doing this chart, getting this hit, the sun is at 27 degrees Capricorn, conjunct USA Pluto. And that is represented here, Donald as the president, spinning in circles, doing nothing. Queen of Pentacles, destruction of life here in the United States. So on his solar return on his birthday, that asteroid was at 3 degrees Aquarius. That is where the 7 of Pentacles reversed is when I looked at the transits. Okay? 3 degrees Aquarius. This asteroid was at 29 degrees Scorpio when we got dragged into World War II. And on 9/11, it was at 11 degrees Leo. That's the same position of Pluto in President Clinton and President Bush's natal charts. So with the solar return, Donald had that Wuhan asteroid at 3 degrees Aquarius. So I want to know, what's this business with Donald's Wuhan asteroid? And the United States, on her solar return this year, get this, you guys are gonna freak, was at 0 degrees Aquarius. This is the beginning of the end. Monster eclipse on January 21st, 2019. I've talked a lot about this recently too. So I want to know what's going on with the battle of the Wuhan asteroid, because we know when I first started off with this, we knew this had to do with the Page of Swords. So, no, I don't want that. I want this to see. We're going to look at the Wuhan asteroid, and we are going to just kind of line up some cards and see how everyone relates to this asteroid. So let's do Donald's Wuhan asteroid solar return. USA Wuhan asteroid solar return. Oh, this feels huge. This, not so much. Let's push this back a little bit. Donald is covered in. USA is covered in. There's the 7 of Pentacles on the bottom here. Interesting, because here, tonight when I got the hint, the Wuhan asteroid, 7 of Pentacles reversed. So many decks. This is the evil deck. This is my criming deck. I'm going to shuffle these.